Good morning, everybody. Welcome to today's Reading the Red this Tuesday morning and this glorious autumn Tuesday morning. The sun is bright, it's dry, and it's cold. What a wonderful day. Fantastic. Luke chapter 6 and verse 36. Be merciful, just as your Father is merciful. Jesus says, be merciful. There's no debate, no sense of uncertainty. There's no conundrum to work through. Jesus just declares it. Be. And so he's saying to him, here is an instruction. Be merciful. And that idea of instruction is very clear in the scriptures. You know, some people get confused as to what God wants and what God doesn't want, what we should do and what we shouldn't do. But here, the clarity of God's instruction, there's no uncertainty. Jesus says, be merciful. And God's character in terms of what he is determined by who he is. And who he is reflective of what he does. So when we live a life that's doing what God is, then we are reflecting God in all of its fullness. But until we learn to do what God does, think like God, act like God, and feel like God, we are constantly asking the question, and we're in that place of uncertainty. But when we know God and we know what God is like, there's no need for us to ask, should I or shouldn't I? Because God's character is seen by the attributes of his identity that's seen by the way he has demonstrated himself in the context of history. And here, Jesus clarifies the reality of what God is about and says to the disciples as an instruction without any other thought other than acting, he says, be merciful. And merciful means full of mercy. It means that in the time when someone doesn't deserve something, you offer them the something that they don't deserve. You give them the opportunity to, if you like, address the wrong that's in them in a way that's different from if you just wanted to pass judgment on them and punish them. So mercy is at the end of the age. The Bible teaches us that God will judge in mercy. And that means that he will evaluate the reality as to why the people that did what they did, including us, did it. And so this idea of God showing us mercy through our lives and instructing us to show mercy to others because we ourselves have received mercy is also going to apply at the end of the age when God reveals the judgments on people's lives. He will judge in mercy. And the reality of that is God sees all things and therefore he is able to judge through mercy. Now that doesn't give an escape route at the judgment, but it does mean that I'd rather fall into the hands of God who judges in mercy than God who judges in wrath. Thank you for joining me. Be blessed. Have a great day and I'll see you tomorrow.